Good morning. Welcome back to the oscillations. Today we are studying the compound pendulum. In order to study compound pendulum, let us consider a rigid body of any shape. Rigid body of any shape such that it is capable of oscillating about a point on the horizontal axis, passing through that irregular body. And such a body which is about to oscillate on a horizontal axis is called a compound pendulum having irregular shape. Now we are considering point S as the point of suspension of the rigid body over a horizontal axis, and the body can freely rotate about point S. Rotate about point S, and therefore S is called the point of oscillation or the point of suspension, otherwise point of suspension. And if the body is in equilibrium position, in the sense if the body is not oscillating, if the body is at rest, then the center of mass, otherwise known as the center of gravity of this irregular body, it will be G, capital G. Capital G represents the center of gravity, otherwise known as center of mass of this irregular body that lies exactly below point S. Now, let the distance between G and S is taken as equal to L. Let L is the distance between G and S. If the body begin to oscillate, the continuous line of the irregular body represents the body at rest. The dotted line of the irregular body represents the body which is in oscillation, and the dotted line represents the displacement of the body after a certain instant of time. Because of oscillation, S remains same, whereas G has been moved to G dash. In the sense the center of gravity of the oscillating body is at G dash at a later instant of time during its oscillation. Now, since Sg is same as equal to Sg dash, therefore Sg dash is also equal to L. Right? Sg dash is also equal to L. Since mg is weight of the body which is acting vertically downwards always, this mg can be resolved into two components, and one of the component will be equal to g dash. Let us take this as point P, g dash P, and that g dash P is equal to L sin theta. G dash P equals L sin theta. Since the force acting on the body will always tend to bring it back to its original position, therefore we say that this restoring couple is having a moment, and that moment of this restoring couple, otherwise known as torque, given by the expression tau, that is equal to minus mgl sin theta, minus mg into L sin theta. Negative sign indicates that the effect of torque and the displacements are in opposite direction. This is the direction of displacement, and therefore this will be the direction of torque. They are oppositely directed. Now, if capital I is the moment of inertia of the pendulum and theta the angular displacement, then torque will be equal to tau is equal to I into d square theta by dt square. Also tau is equal to minus mgl sin theta in the previous slide. Therefore, equating these two torques, we get I into d square theta by dt square is equal to minus mgl sin theta. D square theta by dt square is nothing but the acceleration. Therefore, it is I into A. I into A equals minus mgl into sin theta. And for small angles sin theta become equal to theta. If the angular displacement is very small, then sin theta become equal to theta, just theta. Therefore, I into A will become equal to minus mgl into theta, Therefore, A equals acceleration A equals this one. This is A. d square theta by t square is A. Therefore, A equals minus mgl theta whole divided by I. The expression for acceleration. Also, that acceleration is equal to minus mu into theta, where mu equals, we know that A equals minus mgl by I into theta, Instead of writing all these terms, for all these terms we have taken as equal to mu, right? Therefore, minus mu equals minus mgl by I. Therefore, and this mu into theta is equal to right, this is equal to minus mgl sin theta by A, minus mgl sin theta by I, mgl theta by I. Therefore, rearranging, this is equal to A. This is nothing but A. Therefore, mu equals minus A by theta, or mu equals A by theta, that is equal to mgl by I. If we cancel these two minus values, mu will be equal to minus A by theta, or that is equal to mgl by I. And therefore, this moment of couple is nothing but equal to the acceleration per unit angular displacement, and which is a constant. Also, we have, since all these terms are constants, therefore d square theta by dt square nothing but equal to A, and that will be directly proportional to theta. Since all these terms are constants, A directly proportional to theta. Thus, therefore, the compound pendulum is said to perform the simple harmonic motion and having a time period t equals 2 pi into square root of 1 by mu. That will be equal to 2 pi into square root of 1 whole divided by mu is mgl by I. Rewriting this, we get t equals 2 pi into square root of I by mgl. This is t, I by mgl. So here it is written. Now, if I naught is the moment of inertia of the compound pendulum about an axis passing through the center of gravity and parallel to the axis through S. We have seen the compound pendulum suspended at point S, suspended over an axis at point S, a horizontal axis. We are now considering another axis parallel to the above axis, and passing through the center of gravity G. Now we make use of the parallel axis theorem. From the parallel axis theorem, I is equal to I naught plus ml square, where I is the moment of inertia about S. This is the moment of inertia about S, about the axis S. I naught is the moment of inertia of the same body about axis G, about another axis passing through the center of gravity G. Therefore, I is equal to I naught plus ml square, where m is mass of the compound pendulum and L is the distance between S and G, distance between the point of suspension and the center of mass G, S and G. Also, if K is taken as the radius of gyration of the pendulum, about the axis G, then I naught will be equal to mk square. I naught will be equal to mk square. Now the above relation becomes, therefore I equals mk square plus ml square, or m into k square plus l square. That is the moment of inertia of the compound pendulum. Now therefore T becomes, T equals 2 pi into root of I by mgl. I is therefore m into k square plus l square whole divided by mgl. Gets cancelled. Gets cancelled. Therefore that will be equal to 2 pi into root k square plus l square whole divided by gl. Or taking 1l common, in the numerator, we get k square by l plus l whole divided by g. And that l taken common gets cancelled with the l in the denominator. Therefore this will be 2 pi into root of capital L by G, where capital L is equal to k square by small l plus small l, where capital L is called hence the period of a compound pendulum is same as that of simple pendulum, having capital L is equal to k square by L plus L. L is length of compound pendulum, small l corresponds to length of compound pendulum, capital L corresponds to length of simple pendulum, right? If capital L is equal to this one, then we say that the time period of compound pendulum is equal to the time period of simple pendulum. If capital L is equal to this, if capital L is equal to this, then the time period of compound pendulum will become equal to the time period of simple pendulum, and this L is called the length of equivalent simple pendulum, or in other words, the reduced length of compound pendulum. Now coming to the interchangeability of center of suspension and center of oscillation. And here we have the center of suspension S. From S to point G, where the entire mass of the body is assumed to be concentrated, called center of mass or center of gravity. A line is passed and that line is extended, and we consider another point O on the other side of G. One side of G we have S, one point of suspension, and on the other side of G we have considered another point O, where O is called the center of oscillation. Right? Now SO is equal to capital L. SO is nothing but equal to capital L, and that capital L is, as we know, it is k square by L plus L, and we know GO is equal to L dash. Since SG is equal to L, the remaining term is k square by L, and that k square by L is nothing but equal to GO, and that GO is taken as equal to L dash. L dash is the distance between center of gravity and the center of oscillation. Therefore, capital T, the time period of compound pendulum, is equal to 2 pi, and that will be equal to square root of k square by L plus L whole divided by G, become equal to 2 pi into root of, this is L dash, therefore it is L plus L dash by G. If the pendulum is inverted, in the sense, if this compound pendulum is made to oscillate about O, S will be in, right. Now this compound pendulum is inverted, it is hung over the point O, and it is made to oscillate about this O. Then the time period becomes T dash. T dash is the time period for O, and T is the time period for S, or s. And this will be, therefore t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of L dash plus k square by L dash whole divided by g. L ಕೂಡ L dash ಅಂತ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, right? Therefore that will become equal to 2 pi into root of L dash square plus k square whole divided by L dash into g. Now rewriting, we get t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of L dash square into k square become equal to, from this relation k square will be equal to L dash. Therefore instead of k square I have written L dash whole divided by L dash g. Taking one L dash common in the denominator and cancelling that with, taking one L dash common in the numerator and cancelling that with the one in the denominator, we get 2 pi into square root of L dash L by g, and this is equal to t. Therefore t dash become equal to t, or t become equal to t dash. Hence the time periods of the compound pendulum about the parallel axis passing through S and O are same. Both are having same period of oscillation. Thus the center of suspension and the center of oscillation are said to be interchangeable. They can be interchanged. Hence, because the time periods remains the same. Now, taking G as the center of gravity, taking G as the center, if two circles are drawn having a radii equal to L and L dash, this is equal to L dash. We are drawing two circles having radii L and L dash, and G is taken as the center of both the circles. Concentric circles are drawn, and these concentric circles cut the line SG produced at, so from figure, and this is the figure, right? This is L dash, and from here to here it is L dash, and from here to here it is L, similarly in the upward direction. Therefore from figure SG equals S dash G, SG equals S dash G, each equal to L, and GO equals GO dash, each equal to L dash, and or that will be equal to k square by L. From figure, OS dash is equal to OS dash is equal to OG plus or OS dash is equal to OS dash is equal to O dash G plus GS dash, O dash G plus GS dash, or that will be equal to OG plus GS, that is equal to k square by L plus L, or L dash plus L, that is nothing but equal to OS. Hence OS dash is equal to OS. Hence there are 4 points, namely S dash O dash, which are collinear with the center of gravity about which the periods remain the same. At S, at O dash, and at S dash, the periods of this compound pendulum will remain the same, right? The time period of compound pendulum is given by the expression t equals 2 pi into root of k square by L plus L whole divided by G, or squaring on both sides we get t square is equal to 4 pi square by G into k square by L plus L. Differentiating this with respect to L, we get 2t into dt by dl, that is equal to 4 pi square by G is constant, and this becomes minus k square by L square plus 1. And this time period will be maximum or minimum depending on this, dt by dl equals 0. And taking dt by dl is equal to 0, we get this term become equal to 0, and therefore k square by L square is equal to 1, or L square equals plus or minus k. and therefore the time period t become equal to t minimum. T minimum. If I take L is equal to k, if I take L is equal to plus k, then T minimum is equal to 2 pi, that is equal to square root of k square by k plus k, that will be equal to square root of 2k by g. 2k by g. This is the minimum value the pendulum can have. The compound pendulum can have. The pendulum cannot have a period less than this value. Similarly, the maximum period is t equals 2 pi into root k square by L plus L whole divided by G, or that is equal to 2 pi into root of k square plus L square divided by GL. And when the center of mass coincides with the center of suspension, in the sense the compound pendulum is made to oscillate about G. So far it was made to oscillate about S, it was made to oscillate about O, S dash and O dash. Now it is made to oscillate about G. G is the point of oscillation at present. Now if the body is made to oscillate about G, then L become equal to 0. Then the period of, since if L become equal to 0, therefore T become equal to infinity. This is the maximum period the compound pendulum can have. In the sense, when it is suspended about the center of gravity or center of mass, it will never oscillate, and so T maximum is infinity. Thank you.